right, so let's just jump right to it. I'm going to tell you two things. In the past, my subscribers say they appreciate my honesty. The first thing I want to tell you is, number one, I've been using this just for a very brief time, but I do like it a lot, and it's very helpful. Number two, I don't charge for anything on YouTube, and some people can or do, and courses on this stuff is hundreds of dollars. All I'm asking is, this is a referral site. It's an affiliate site, which you can take advantage of too. Is you look in the description below if you do decide to do AMZ Scout, and click on it, because I'll get a little bit of credit. And so that's how I keep my YouTube channel running, is just little things like that. So there's two parts to this site, AMZ Scout. It's comparable to some other extensions and websites out there that do scouting reports, essentially, on Amazon products for FBA, for selling online, wherever. So if you go to Amazon, this is what's cool about it. Okay, so this is the web app. It's a little different from the extension. The extension is when you go to Amazon, I already typed in water alarm. You go to Amazon and you do a product search, and then you click the extension up here. An extension hooks onto your browser. And so I have it on the Chrome browser. The extension is going to hook onto the browser. Now, if you don't know how to download the extension, go to the end of this video, and I'm going to give you a video on how to install the extension as well. But I put the water alarm. Now, here's where this video is going to get a little extensive and a little deep. Okay, in my previous videos, on my playlists and everything, most everything I do is free, and with very little investment. Now, if you want to take your game a little bit higher, this is taking a little bit higher once you've made a little bit of money and move forward. So I'm just going to briefly go through what all this is and how to find a good product. So I type in water alarm, and it gives me the names of all these water alarms. One thing I like is it also shows a picture. I just like pictures. It also gives you the price that they're selling it for, the minimum price that they've sold it for, the fees associated with selling it for that price. And these fees, it's a compilation of different reasons why there's fees. So if there's an FBA, which you'll find over here, FBA is Fulfillment by Amazon. Amazon warehouses charge you by the weight and by the size. And we'll take a look at that in a minute here. Here's your net margin. That's huge. This is how much you're going to make off of that product. So if you click on any of these categories at the top here, it will columnize it from high to low or low to high based on, what you haven't clicked. So if I do this, it's going to tell me my net margin. Net margin is huge when you're trying to find a product. So these 2 products, 3 products, 4 products in the 70s is a nice net margin. And also, if you scroll over here and you're not really sure what stuff stands for, you can scroll over and it's going to tell you. Now, this is a unique quality as well, the listing quality scores. This is something AMZ Scout has put together based on these criteria. Basically, they're just telling you whether or not it's a good listing based on probably search engine. This is a lot of search engine stuff, not necessarily the reviews, but that's information reviews. But description length, images, like this is all stuff that Google and some of the other search engines like to see. So they give it a ranking, and you can see what these rankings are based on their, categories that they've defined as important. Now, the category. So if you click on category and you'll see, alphabetically, excuse me, what it is, it's going to give you a ranking based on categories. Okay? So when you have a rank, usually something under 1,000 or 500 is a good ranking to start selling. But if you delve into this ranking and look a little closer, you can see it's number 37 in tools and home improvement, and then if you go down into water detector and alarms, it delves into more specific categories. So if you get a number 3 rank in a huge, category, that is going to be a big seller for you. So the estimated sales, for whatever reason, hasn't been determined, estimated revenue. But you can kind of go out down here and see the different categories and how they rank in the other categories. Now, these bigger rankings are in the overall, huge category, general categories. So let's move over to the estimated revenues and sales. So this is the number of sales that they'll have per month. This is the estimated revenue they'll make per month. Now, what makes a product that's not that competitive is reviews under, I would say under 300 is excellent. So all of these, like that one's close to 300. They're just brand new, not a whole lot of sales on them. So this product would be pretty good to sell. And the fact that there's not a whole lot of competition. And I'll get back to the stars and the pluses over here in a minute. It also tells you the date that it's been listed, so it's a fairly new, except for this one here, which, you can see what it is by the picture. These are fairly new in the life of a product for listing, so it's also a very new product. Now, if you look over here, enhanced brand contact listing, that means they get a little more bells and whistles when they list their product. You'll see the weight, which is, important for FBA and shipping. And then you'll see whether or not they're listed on FBA. Now, one of the cool parts of this extension is this right here. So hopefully you've watched to this point. This is cool. So let's say you're interested in selling this. All right, where do you get the product? Right, that's huge. And what you're going to do is go over here and find it on Alibaba. Okay, Alibaba is a sourcing company. It has a website. You go in. You get product estimates from different people. They kind of fight over supplying it. And then you invest some money and get it shipped to you. And then you can give it to Amazon and you can ship it out. So that's a whole different realm from what I've taught on my other playlist. But we'll get into that later. I also will do a review on somebody that can help you, a video list on how to do all that and use all that. But for right now, just know that is very cool. Now, copy the ASIN, the ASIN, and getting the keywords are also cool, and the fact that you can find the keywords that are searched for. Now, let's just copy this. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you are the trends. So what are the trends in water alarms? Do we have a down, like a sliding trend where it's not as popular? If you click on that at the bottom of the screen there, it's going to show you the trend. Okay? Now this, I would say, is a very slowly moving uptrend until about there, and then it drops off a little bit. So, I feel like it's pretty consistent, and it stays pretty line across the board, straight across the board. I have seen it where things start up here and they just kind of tank out and drop off. But you can explore around with that and just see what the trends are. Trends moving up are excellent, but this is pretty consistent along the way. Now, you can also use a filter, which is down here, to set what price margins, if you're looking for a particular number of views, ratings, sellers, the number of sellers for competition, that sort of thing. Looks like my computer's glitching right now. It's not showing the categories. You can close that out, and you can go up here to options. Once you click on options, you can then click or unclick all the options that you want to look at and then apply it. And I click back down here on the filter, and you can see that there's spots to clear it. So, with that being said, let's go over here. These plus signs, you can click on them and then follow them, basically. So if they're a competitor and you want to watch them, you can favorite them with the star. You can see it's been put to the product tracker. So that's AMZ Scout web or extension in a nutshell. So please check out my description below. Use that link so I get friend referral credit, affiliate credit. I'm going to take you into the next session of what you can do with this AMZ Scout. If you go to AMZScout.net, there are free tools which are pretty cool. So you have a sales estimator, FBA, fee calculator, and the blog. What I like about the blog is it explains everything. So if you're confused after this, go to the blog. It breaks it down. It gives you screenshots. It shows you everything you need to know. A sales estimator. So let's just take the water alarm. Stick with the water alarm for what we're talking about. Actually, here's the sales estimator. These are categories of, items. If you pick on something and you want to know what the sales rank would be, like let's say you get into 50, it'll show you the number of approximately sales per month. So that's just a cool little fee for sales estimator. It's pretty cool. Now, remember we copied that ASN earlier. We're going to paste it in there and we're going to search for it. And you're going to see whether or not this is an item that would be profitable for you. So what they're saying, if they sold it at $20, they're going to have a $7.58 Amazon fee. The cost to ship it to Amazon would be per product, so let's just say $5. for 3 of them. And the cost of the product to me, like let's say you go to Alibaba and you find the price of the product. So in order to go to Alibaba, you look for the first alert, you come over here, you click find at Alibaba, and then this is what it looked like. I'm going to click on it, I'm going to go to visit. It should take me to Alibaba. Yeah. So then you're kind of looking at results. Alright, so they're all over the place. Then what you would do is find the one that's similar or like it. Now this isn't exact, but I'm not going to take the time to look at it. And then you get quotes and you sign up for Alibaba. So that's a whole other realm. But so let's go back to the AMZ. We go back to the product and you can see the calculations. If it's shipping, the cost of the product are $17. Oops, they're not letting me do.
From my channel intro was interesting and you'd like to subscribe, click the subscribe button. If you want notified of all my new videos, click the notification bell. Here's my information for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you want to get a hold of me or you see any more projects and dropship playlists that I've had from the past and current. Check out these social media. If you want a consultation, I have consultations available via phone call and screen share. Thanks, and see you on the other side.